facing any problem installing Python in the system?
So I have not installed.
Okay. Others have they installed in their system?
I have installed that.
Yes, Danish, I have installed.
Okay.
No, Danish, I am yet to install it.
Okay. I will share the link for installing again. Okay. This is a Python's official website. You can see in my screen also the same website is opened here. Just click on download here and go to downloads and install it. Okay. While installing, you will see one checkbox like this. Oh, we don't have this here. Okay. While installing, you will get a checkbox like was there in my system? Yeah. You have to select this add python.exe to the path. Okay. So once this is done, then you can just type idle here and you can open this. Okay. And this window that got opened, this is called shell. Okay. Here, if you want to print anything, like you no need to type here print and this, you can whatever you type here, for example, I'm typing here welcome, it will automatically print the same, or 2 + 3. It's like an, so this is called shell. It's like it is automatically evaluating your expression and printing the same. Okay, but we won't be doing code here. Okay, what we will do once this shell is open, if you see the version idle cell 3.10.3, okay, I will go to the file and I will create a new file here. Okay, and once I write a program here, I suppose I'm writing a print statement. Okay, after writing it, I will just click on file. I will click on save as. You can save it anywhere in your system where you want. Okay, but I would suggest don't save it in that this path which it is showing for me, local programs Python 3.1.10. Here I won't suggest you guys to save it here, because if you give some names that clashes with the name of the modules or inbuilt modules already present, then it will be a problem. This will not run, your programs will not run properly. Okay, so rather than saving it in the default folder, you can save it some other place in your system. Okay, like I want, this is Python weekend November batch. Okay, I've created a folder like this, and I will create another folder, Day1. This is my first program. Okay, so I just type first, and save as type is Python files. Okay, I will just click on save. Okay, so in this way you can save your file, and then there's a run option here on the top. You click on run module, and your output will be showing in the same shell, like from where we opened this file, in the same shell, their output will be showing like this. Okay, so any doubt here, guys? Anyone? Is this clear how to write our first program, how to save it?
Dennis, can you please repeat that again, please?
What is it? Could you please come again?
Can you please repeat that, the process of the install process? Can you repeat that again, please?
Yeah, sure. No issues.
Thank you.
So this is a Python's official website. I have pinged this link in the chat. Okay. Once you open this website, you just click on this download. If you are having a Windows system, you can click on download Python 3.11 from here. Okay. So once this is downloaded, you can go to your downloads. Just double click here and just click on this checkbox here. Okay, add python.exe to path. Okay, and then just do next. Your software will be installed. Okay, so once this Python is installed, then you just type here IDLE. This comes in by default with the Python installation. Okay, if you install it from the official website, this comes along with that Python. Okay, so you no need to install this IDLE separately. Okay, then you open this, and once you open this, this is the shell. Okay, here we will not write our programs. We go to file, we create a new file here, and then we write our programs, whatever we want to write here. Then we can do a save as. Don't save it in your this path where your Python is installed. Okay, so go to some other place in your folder, and you can save it there. Okay, and the file will be saved as .py file. Okay, so this Python file now, if you see my program here, where is this? Yeah, if you see this name, it is first.py. Okay, so Python file always ends with an extension of .py. Always remember this. And once you save it, then you can run like this. So this is going to show the output in the same shell from where you launch this file. So is this clear?
Yes, thank you.
So why we are not saving in the same folder? What will happen? I mean, if we save in the same folder.
Your programs will run, but sometimes what will happen, there are some inbuilt modules of Python, okay, that comes along with the installation of Python. So if you save it with the same name, that is already present there, some inbuilt modules, we will see what are inbuilt modules. Then there will be a clash of names, okay. So then that might hamper your program execution. Your program may not run, it might give some error. That is
Okay.
why.
And one more thing, why we are giving one space between print and first bracket, sir? I mean, is there any space, or just I'm seeing it as a space?
No, there is no space.
There's no space. Okay. Okay.
Fine. So guys, let's start with some theoretical parts. So some of the Python features will start here. Okay. First, it's an interpreted language and not a compiled language like C and Java. Okay. So what is interpreted and what is compiled language? So what happens in compiled language? Your entire source code is a code that we write. Okay, 1 minute. Your entire source code will be converted to bytecode at one go. Okay, whereas an interpreted language this conversion to bytecode now will happen
Line by line.
line by line. Okay. So okay, so this is the difference, and Python is an interpreted language, but internally that is not visible to us. But internally it is compiled. Okay. Yes. Internally, it will be compiled, but that will not be visible to us. We will directly, what we will see, we'll just save the file and run it. It is going to be executed. Okay. Now let's come to, so since this is interpreted language, so that is why it is a little bit slower than compiled languages. Okay. Okay. What else is there? Case sensitive and this. Okay. And next, good thing about Python is it is dynamically typed. Okay. So what do you mean by dynamically typed? Like in other programming languages, suppose I am declaring a variable. We'll tell you what are variables also, guys. Suppose we are declaring height, okay, someone's height. This is 5.9, okay. So in other programming languages, you have to mention the data type, okay, like float or integer. But in Python, you no need to declare what type of data is this. Okay, you can just directly write height equals to this, and you can print this height. Without declaring the data type. Okay, so this is going to run perfectly here. But the same thing we cannot do in other programming languages. That is why like Java and all, they are statically typed, but Python is dynamically typed. We don't, why? Because we don't have to mention the data type. So, and so this was one another feature of Python. And next one is, it is case sensitive. Okay. Case sensitive, like for example, this print, okay. If instead of all the all if you see each in this print name, everything is in small case, okay. Suppose if I give one as one letter in capital and others in small, you will get some error, okay, because it is case sensitive. Whatever case it is present by default, we have to use that. We cannot change the case. Okay, if I run this here, so you will see, you will get some like print is not defined. Did you mean print? Okay, so it is case sensitive. Whatever is in, if it is in small case present in the maintained by the Python official website, then we have to use small case only. Okay, we cannot use a mix and match. So any doubt, guys, here? Is this clear? So whatever I have taught till now.
Yes.
Anyone having any doubt, feel free to ask me as many times. Okay, you can interrupt me also, no problem. Because the more you ask, the more scenarios we can get. Then I will also, get to know different type of questions, and it would be a good for everyone. Okay. So we have seen some features of Python. So interpreted language, it's dynamically typed, it is case sensitive. Okay.
Sir, I have a question. Will this recording be available after the class? Like,
Yes,
or-
yes. I have recorded this. I have started the recording. It would be available.
okay.
Fine. So if you see, we have written some statement with a hash in the beginning. You see this, guys? So what this hash denotes, it is like a single line comment. Okay. So while executing these, they will not our interpreter will ignore these lines. Okay, so it will only execute those lines that are without this hash symbol. Okay, so this hash, so to give comments in your program, we use this hash symbol. Okay, suppose I am not giving a hash here in this statement. Okay, if I save this, let's comment on this also. So we are getting an error. It's an invalid syntax. Okay, because this is just a line, and it is not. It's not a proper Python statement. Okay, so we have to comment this out. Fine. So okay, now we'll see some of the data types. Okay, some of the common data types that are that is used in Python.
Sir, one small doubt I have.
Yes.
In Java language, the entire source code is compiled. Compilation is basically conversion of human readable language into machine language, right?
Correct.
Into bytes, sorry, into bytes. And this language is fed to the machine. The machine then understands what the program is. And once the program is executed, again, the result is converted back to the human readable language, and the results are thrown in the form of human readable language. JVM is doing the entire kind of work, sir, in the backend.
Okay.
Java virtual machine.
Hmm.
In the Python, how it is like the architecture, if you can just explain how it is happening in the backend.
Yeah, sure. I will come to that also. Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
We'll explain that also. Okay. So coming back to this, guys.
Danish, I just have one doubt.
Yeah.
Whether multi-line commenting is possible in Python?
Yes, multi-line comments is also possible. For example, there are 3 lines here, right? I want to convert this into a single multi-line comment. So what you can do, you can use 3 like 3 single quotes or 3 double quotes. Okay.
Okay.
Let me end it here.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, got it. Yeah. Thank you.
Welcome. Okay, so coming back to the data types. So now we'll see first these 3 data types: integer, float, and string. Okay. So let's have one integer variable. Let's name it. So naming convention for variables in Python, like if it is a variable and it is having more than one word. For example, here the variable name is where int I have given. Okay. So it should be, if we have more than one words in our variable name, we generally give an underscore to separate them. Okay. And there are a lot of there are some rules for variables, names which you can put, names which you cannot have as a variable name. I will come to that shortly. Okay. But let's see how we declare different data types here. Okay.
Is it mandatory to put the underscores?
No, it's best practice.
Here it is a snake case, or can you also write camel case, sir?
No, this is like variable. Camel case is generally camel case, you mean to say that the first letter will be capital, rest will be small?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, that convention we follow while declaring a class.
Okay.
Okay, but for variable, it will be in this format. All will be in small case. And if there are more than one words, it should be separated by an underscore. It is not mandatory, but it comes under best practice.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So I have declared one variable. Okay, this is a static variable since we are not taking the input from the user. We are just declaring it. Okay. To see the data type, guys, we use this type function inside. Okay, type, and they will give the variable name. Okay, and we are printing the same. String, guys, we enclose it in single quote. Okay, or we enclose it in, we can also enclose it in double quote. We can also enclose it in triple quotes. We'll see all the types. Okay, we'll see first. We print this. So here, what we are doing, I am taking three variables here. One is an integer variable. By the number, you can see it's a whole number. We are taking a float because there's a decimal point involved here. And this is just a string, okay, in quotes. So if I run this, so you see the first data type belongs to class int. Okay. Second data type belongs to class float. Third data type belongs to class string. Okay. So what is class? What are objects that we will cover later in the course when we are going to study about classes. Okay. Right now, just take it as data type. Okay, one is integer data type, one is float data type, one is string data type. Okay.
Sir,
Yes.
the dictionary tuples and list also the forms of data types here.
Yes, there also some people call it data type, some people call it data structure. So
Generally, as an interviews that list the type of data types in Python. So they include that list dictionaries and tuples as well. Everywhere.
mhm. Yes, sir. That's what I'm telling you. See, people call it data type. Okay, you can also call it data type, but some of them call it data structures as well. It's fine. You can either call it, you can use it interchangeably. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Actually, it is data structure, cell list, tuple, and
No, what's
process.
that's what telling. There's a difference of opinion there. So we don't need to go into that clash. Okay.
Okay, okay.
In some places, some books you will find it as data type. Some places will find it as data structure.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So, yes. So these are just some data types we saw. Okay. So let's come to variables. Okay. So what are actually variables and why do we use variables?
Yeah, Danish, you said this is static data type. So what is other type of data? Or the other?
Your voice is a little bit muffled. Could you come again, please?
Yeah, as you mentioned, you said this is a static one. So what is other type?
Oh, okay, yeah. Like I mentioned that not static. Yeah, these data what we are feeding, these are static ones. Static ones like this will not change throughout the like we are defining it. We are giving some value. Other type is dynamically type, where the users will give it as input. Okay, with the help of input function, we'll see how to take input from the user. So that you can say as dynamic. That value is dynamic. It's coming from the user.
Okay.
Okay. Fine. So guys, first of all, what are variables? Okay. So when we declare something like this, var int equals to 30. Okay. So this value, where you use it here, okay. You can use it anywhere in this program, okay. So we have a scenario where we want to use this value multiple times, 10 times in this program, okay. Sometimes I want to do an addition with this, sometimes I want to do subtraction of this, sometimes I want to pass this value to some functions, okay. So in those cases we cannot use 30 30 30, okay. So we can have a variable name, okay, and that variable name we can use at multiple places in our program, okay, without using this value, okay. So one thing what variable does is you can use it to mention like this after declaring you can reference it later in your program, okay. It's not a good practice to use the value directly, okay. It's always a good practice to use that variable later on in the program. It will help us in calling the same thing with the help of the variable name, okay. That is why do we use variables. And like what are variables? We can say that variables uh, variables are used to store values of different data types, okay. It is used to store value of different data types. So for example, if var int equals to 30, okay, if we define this, what happens in our memory, I have mentioned this first term and second term, that is fine. So when we declare something like this, first name equals to 20, okay. So what happens, this 20 value is inserted in the memory, okay, and this variable name is pointing to that value. Okay, so here in the case var int is the name of the variable. When we name this var int, okay, but in memory this variable name is not stored in memory. What is stored, guys? This value is stored in the memory. Okay, similarly we have var float.
So in memory only the value stored, and how does the system understand, sir? Which values for which variable?
By the variable name.
I mean, the mapping is also created, right?
Yes, the mapping is also created. Yes.
Okay, okay.
And here it is.
And these are all mutable variables, sir. Mutable versus immutable. Can you just explain that also?
Yes, right now it will be difficult to explain what happened. Mutable and immutable, but definitely we will see. Okay, we'll see. Actually, these are all immutable items, integer, float, but we will understand this better when we come to list and string tuples. Okay, so right now mutable, immutable, I'm keeping on hold, guys. I've done something that is not allowing me. What have I done? Yeah. Is that fine? Any doubt, guys, so far? Anyone? So after once we declare this kind of mapping is created, and when we call that variable, it fetches value from this memory location.
So character spaces for each data type. Will you explain that also?
Which feature?
Like bit takes int takes 2 bits, float takes 4 bytes, something like that. The character spaces in the memory allocation basically.
Oh, like, oh, you are telling about the size?
Size, yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. So size wise, we are not, because from the latest versions of Python, this size will vary from compiler to compiler. Okay, and like you no need to bother about that, like how many bytes it is taking. Okay, that is like not that important to understand.
Okay.
Okay. So that is not that important. Okay, and that is like never asked in the interview, especially for Python. Okay, so let's come back to this. So this is my now. Suppose I declare another variable. Okay, let's name this as copy of first variable. I am I'm just referencing assigning another variable to this. Okay, so where int was 30, I am giving another variable copy first as var int. Okay, so where will this copy first point, guys? Can anyone guess? Copy first, this is the variable.
Value of valid 30.
So this will also point to 30, right? Anyone else having any doubt here? So it will point to 30. Okay, I am assigning one variable to another variable. The first variable was pointing to 30. So whenever we are assigning it to that variable, it will not point to that variable, but it will also point to that memory, to that value, to that memory location. Okay. Now suppose I am reassigning the first variable to 70. Okay. So now tell me what will be the value of the copied variable that was referencing the first variable. We have reassigned the value of the first variable to some other value. What will be the output for this? Will it be 30 or will it be 70?
30.
Anyone else having any answer other than this 30? Fine. So when we reassign this value,
It is
where
70 only, sir. 70 only, sir. Yeah, because the value will still
Value.
correct. 70 only.
70. Okay, let's see. So when we reassign this value, var int equals to 70. Okay, what happens? This var int was pointing to 30. Now they will create another value in the memory, 70. Okay, and what will happen? This will point to 70. Okay, but our copy first still pointing to which value in the memory?
30.
30. Okay, so our output should be 30 because this copy first, if this would have given 70 if our if it would point like this to var int. Okay, but in this case it is not pointing to this variable name. Okay, it is pointing directly to the value, so that is why it will not be 70, it will be 30 only. Okay, clear, guys? Everyone?
So because the line number, what is this line number? I think 9. This line number was called out before reassigning the value, right?
Yes, this was called before. Yes, before reassigning we called it.
So it is still pointing to the previous value variable.
Yes,
But let,
right.
so basically, whenever you are changing the value of a variable and some other variable is pointing to the value of the same variable, and if you're changing the value of previous variable every time, let's say,
Yeah.
my other variables still point to the oldest value. They won't be overwritten.
Correct.
That is the concept. Okay.
Yes, correct. So let me save this. So you see the value is still 30.
Hmm.
So is this clear to everyone? Any doubts here?
So if in case I want my other variables to point to the latest value, sir, so I need to again write that line again and again, right? Where I'm reassigning.
Again you need to reassign.
Okay. Or point that latest value variable to some other variable.
Yes.
var underscore 7 into equals to 70. Then it will be printing 70.
Yes, yes. Sir, if you are able to change the value of a variable multiple times, then we call it as a mutable, right?
If we are able to reassign, correct. So that definition will not be applicable for these data types like integer, float, and string. Okay, that will be applicable for list tuple, whether we are able to change the value. Okay, so both are a little bit different. Okay, we'll come to that. But remember, these are all immutable. You might guess that we are able to change, and then why it is still immutable? It is because when we assign this value, okay, one object is created where int equals to 30, one object is created. Okay, when we reassign this value, this is not lost. This 30 is still there, this object. Okay, we are creating a new object here. Okay, so this might be a little bit confusing now, but we'll understand better as we move on. Okay, but these are all immutable. Why? Because every time we reassign the value, a new object is getting created in the memory.
Except strings, I think strings are mutable, I guess.
No, strings are also immutable.
Okay.
Okay, all three are immutable. Okay, so let's park this topic, mutable, immutable. Okay, it's very early to discuss on this. Let's focus on this. How we have learned how memory is allocated. Okay, now coming back to some taking it from there. Yeah. Now coming to one interview question. It is asked sometimes. Okay. How can we interchange the value of two variables? Without using first, let's see how we can interchange the value of two variables with using a third variable. Okay. Let's let's have a variable called a equals to 12, b equals to 24. Okay, and now what I want to do, I want to assign the value of 24 to a and 12 to b. Is the question clear, guys? What we need to do here?
Yes, yes.
So, so with using, we can use an optional third variable to do this. So can anyone like anyone knows how to do this, then they can tell me what code I need to write here to do this.
Yeah, we can create one temp variable. Like first we need to assign, yeah,
Okay.
store the value of a in temp variable first.
Okay.
Then once it is stored in temp, I need to uh, assign the value of b in a. Basically, now I can write variable a equal to variable b,
Yep.
and now I can assign the value of b as temp.
Okay. So let me comment out the earlier part of the program. Yep. So let me print this also. So print here, guys. Print is an inbuilt function in Python. Okay. Print is an inbuilt function in Python. You can print as many variable names inside. Like I'm printing here a comma b. Okay. You can have 10 variables. You can just do comma, comma, comma and print 10 variables. And here I will print comma a. Sorry, not same thing, a comma b. Okay, let's see whether this swapping of two variables interchange, you can say, or call it swapping. So initially it was 1224, now it is 2412. Okay, so what is happening, guys, in the background? If we try to understand, let's say from this diagram only, a was 12, b was 24. So what Aditya suggested, temp equals to a, we are creating another variable called temp. Okay, and we are giving it the value of a. Okay, so temp equals to a. So what was the value of a? It was 12. So what is the value of temp now, guys? It is 12. Clear, everyone? When you mention this statement, temp equals to a. A is 12 now, and we are assigning the temp equals to a, right? So what value we are giving? We are giving the value 12 to temp. Okay. Then we have what statement we have written here? B equals to, sorry, A equals to B now. Okay. Now we are telling A equals to B. So what will be the value here, guys, for A?
24.
24.
24. Okay. Now the third statement is B equals to temp. So what is the value of temp, guys?
12.
12.
12. Okay. So now if you see, this A is pointing to this 24 and B is pointing to 12. Initially it was this. So with the help of temp, we swapped the two numbers. Anyone having any doubt in this? Feel free to ask a question, guys. Even if it is very simple, I will be more than happy to answer it to clear your doubt. But we should make sure that we understand. We just don't listen to it. Okay. I hope it is clear to everyone. Fine. Now let's come to the second part. This was with using a third variable. Generally in interviews, they will tell you you have to do swapping without using a third variable. So without using a third variable, Python has got a very simple way. A comma first variable comma second variable equals to second variable comma first variable. Okay, this is going to swap the two values. This is one way. So in interviews, generally they will ask you to check whether you know this shorter way of doing or not. Okay, A comma B equals to B comma A. So if you see, initially it was 1224. Now the value is 2412. Okay, this is the most this is the shortest and the easiest way of swapping here in Python. Okay, we can also do swapping without using a third variable by using addition and subtraction. Okay, so can anyone knows how to swap using addition and subtraction?
Yeah, yes.
Yes,
A equal
please
to
tell
0
me.
plus B.
A equals
B
to
to A plus B,
A plus B.
B equal to A minus B.
A minus B.
And A equal to A minus B. Okay. A minus B. A minus B.
A minus.
B.
Okay. Let's see what will be the output. For example, here, what will be the value of A after doing this operation? 12 plus 24 give you 36.
36.
Okay.
6 minus 24, 12.
A minus B, 36 minus 24 will give you 12. So B is now 12. Right. And then what we are doing? A minus B, that is 36 minus 12 will give you 24. So now the value of A is 24 and B is 12.
So why it won't take minus 12? 12 minus 24 is minus 12.
Where exactly you're saying this?
B equal to A minus B.
Yes.
It will be minus 12, right? 12 minus 24.
No. See, before that we have one statement, right, where we are doing A equals to A plus B.
Okay, 36 minus 24. Okay, okay.
Yes. Okay. Any doubt, guys, here? Anyone? Is this clear? Okay. No comments means I think it is clear. But try to make it more interactive, guys. Need help from you guys. Okay, your active participation. Okay, same thing. Okay, so this was about swapping of two numbers. Okay, these are the different ways we can do it. Okay, without using, with using, and just by doing A comma B equals to B comma A. Okay, so this was for this. And these are like integers float. Okay, what else do we have here? Okay, let's come to some functions we'll see now. So string variables.
So this swapping and all can also be done for 3 variables at a time, like ABC, CBA.
Yes, you can do it like that also. Any number of variables.
Okay.
Okay, so when you declare a string.
Hello.
Yes.
So the swapping is only done if the data type is same, or can we float for float as well?
That's a good question. It can be This is because here we don't have any constraint, like we don't have to declare the data types. Okay, so let's make it 20 to 4.6. Okay, so one is an integer, one is a float. Okay. Now let's see it's working or not. We are getting too many outputs. Wait, let me clear some. So we are printing only here. Okay, so this is working fine, right? Print a comma b here. We are able to swap. Where is that 5.9 coming from? Comment on this. Okay, let's try to do here. So here we are doing addition and subtraction between two different data types, integer and float. Okay, so let me run this. So this is also working fine, right? Only the data type is changing. If you see here, when we did this a comma b equals to b comma a, we were not performing any mathematical operations. Okay, so that is why the data type was intact. It was initially we declared as 12 integer. It was integer. It was 12, and this was float. This was float. Okay, but here since we are performing some mathematical operations between them, so since this is being performed by float, so it converted that to float value. Okay, so we are getting 12.0 instead of 12, but still we are able to, it is interchanging the two variables. Is that clear, Shantanu? Okay. Now coming back to strings. Okay, so either we can declare it in a single quote or declare it in double quote. Both the ways it is fine, it will work. Let's run this. Okay. But if we mix and match, okay, for example, name, we are starting with a single quote but ending with a double quote, this is not allowed. Okay, if we do this, we'll get an error. So if we are starting with a single quote, we have to end with a single quote. If we are starting with a double quote, we have to end with a double quote. Okay, that is a general convention. Okay, is this clear to everyone?
Sir, why are we seeing a space between Shantanu and Kumar in the output?
Correct. We'll come to this, why we are seeing space. Okay. But the single quote, double quote, this is clear to everyone?
If we write name as Shantanu in double quotes, again the output will be same, right? Sir?
Output will be same.
Same only. Okay.
Same only. Okay. What if you forgot to give a quote here? You're getting error, okay? Unterminated string literal, okay? And these values that we assign, okay? These are called literals, okay? these values that we declare for the variables that are called literals. Okay, this is the string value, so this will be called as string literal. Okay, this is just some technical terms that is just for our knowledge. It's not never rarely asked in interviews and all. Okay, but these are called literals. Okay, if it is string value, it's called string literal. If it is integer value, it is called integer literal. If it is float value, it's called float literals. Okay,
Sir,
we call it values. In technical term, they call it literals.
what
Yes.
if you change the data type and try to print that specific value, like you have entered Shantanu. So if you change the data type and try to print that there itself, like simultaneously printing and changing the data type.
How we will do that, Shantanu? Do you know the code to do it the way you are saying?
He's saying typecasting kind of thing, like
Correct. Yeah, typecasting.
a equal to 2.4, but he wants only integer type a. So I think a equal to int of 2.4 basically. If you only print 2 as the output, not 2.4.
Okay, but I think Shantanu was telling something else. I think name and changing something.
So just like for reducing that of like the number of lines. So if we try to do it like change the data type, and after just when we change the data type, we print that specific value. Is it possible?
No, that is not possible, right? While changing, how can you print it? Either you change it before changing the data type or after changing data type, right?
Yeah, that's the case. Yeah, if it's possible, like it will reduce the time complexity.
Sir, we can do it right. Sir, a equal to suppose some integer value 1, 2, 3, 4. I want to convert that integer to string type instead of storing it in int format. A equal to string of in bracket, I'll pass it as 1, 2, 3, 4. And again, if you run type of variable a, it will show you as a string.
Yes, that is correct. But Shantanu is saying that while changing only we have to print during this changing process. You can print it directly here. If you have something like, a equals to 24 or 34, and you don't want to print the integer value, or you have some decimal values to 34 or 67, you want to print it here, you can just print, print of int of a. Okay, this is going to work fine. But while this process is happening, we cannot do anything. Now it's this. I don't think in the code also we can do it like this.
First conversion has to happen, Shantanu. Then only you'll be able to print.
Is that clear, Shantanu?
So there's a scenario like if we round off any value,
Yeah.
and then like if it's a float value like 34.67, if we
Yeah.
round off it to 34, like and simultaneously printed, will it get printed or not? Like it will be 30.
So here we are doing it, right? You are talking about this only in print statement only. We are converting and printing it.
Yeah.
Yes, this way is possible. You can give it in print statement the evaluation expression what you are giving. This is possible. Is this what you were asking?
Yeah, sir.
Okay. 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 Yeah, this is inside print statement. You can do it. Okay. Fine. We will study this, how to convert one data type to another. We will study this. No hurries. Okay. Fine.
Regarding the space, you'll explain us, sir, why you are getting one space while using the comma.
Yes, sure. Can explain that also. So, guys, if you see inside this in this output, we are seeing one space, right? We are not providing any space. We are not giving Shantanu space like this. Or while printing also, we are not giving something one extra variable and a space like this. We are not giving like this. Okay. but by default it is taking one space value. Okay, one space it is taking by default. Okay, and this is the default behavior of print function. Okay, there is a keyword inside print function that is called sep. Okay, there's a keyword called sep. Okay, if you don't give any value to this, if you don't give any value to sep, then the default value will be a space that we are seeing right now. Okay, suppose in this outprint statement, I don't want to see the default values as space. I want to see one character as star. Okay, I want to see this as, instead of space, I want to see a star in between these three different variables. Okay, since and this step we are having more than one variable, so that is why it is giving us a space. Okay, it's for multiple variables. It is like separating. Okay, what separates these variables, different variables? By default, space separates the different variables. If we want to give some other value, what you need to do, add this sep, okay, and give it a value what you want. I want to give a star instead of space. I will give a star here. Okay, and I will run this. So instead of space, now what we are getting, guys? We are getting a star.
So what is the meaning of SEP? SEP, I mean, is there
Step
any...
you can say that it is what inside print statement, if we have more than one variable, what is going to separate these variables? By default, it is space. Okay, but if you want to give some other user defined your own thing, so you can give it, assign some value to this SEP.
If I want to reduce, I mean, I don't want the space only, so then what should I do?
You should not give anything in this, just keep it blank.
Okay.
Okay, and then run this.
Okay.
So it won't give you any space.
By default, it is giving us a space. Okay.
Yes. Is this clear to everyone? Any doubt here?
This is not the case with Java or C, right, sir? I mean, there is no separator kind of concept.
No, in case of Java, I know Java also. In case of Java, this is not there.
Mm-hmm. And can take any can you take any integer numbers or any other numbers also inside SEP? Instead of passing any special character as a,
You can
pass
give,
any,
but you have to pass it as a character, as a string only. Okay, you can give
as
a
a
one
string
here.
only. Okay.
Okay, you can give a one here. So it will add one. But if you remove this quotes and then if you try to do, then I doubt this will run. I have not done it, but I don't think so. It should run. It will give you some error. Okay. Sep must be none of the string, not integers.
Okay.
Okay. Fine. So is this clear to everyone? Anyone having any doubt?
Concatenation is possible, sir, between two strings?
Yes, that will come. That will come slowly.
Okay.
Okay.
And also, can we integer two strings, sir? Is it possible?
Can we
interchange two strings?
Yes, the same like a comma b, b comma a.
B comma a, print b.
That would do. Yes.
We also have a function like str
String
rev,
reverse.
like string reverse function for this.
But here I want to interchange, not reverse.
Yes. So yeah, here we're talking about interchanging, Shantanu. So interchanging
Okay.
same way we can.
That's swap, right?
Sorry.
Swap, right? Swap.
Yes, swapping. Yes, interchanging, swapping. Yes. Okay. So now let's see to this input function. Okay, input function. Let's see about this input function. function to take input from the user. From the user, or you can say from console. So what is the general syntax, guys? We give this input.
Sir, if someone asks what is SCP, SEP, we can say it as a separator, sir.
Yes, if we what is SEP, you can say it is a parameter, okay? It is a parameter in print function. Okay, whose default value is space. This print is a function, okay, and this is one type of parameter that is present, okay.
Space is a
So
function of characters.
you can use in a print function, right? Not anywhere.
What is it?
Space is a character, no, sir, not a function.
The print is a function, okay, and default value is space. What is the confusion here?
No, shape only you can use in print function or anywhere.
So
He's saying-
Praveen, your
asking-
voice is little bit not clear to me.
How is that fine for you?
It's very low. Is he audible to other members? Anyone?
No. What I meant to say that shape is only used in the print function or any other function.
No, space is not a function, Praveen.
Okay, okay.
Space is just a character. Okay, space is just a character. Like if you see the string SHANTANU, S is a character, H is a character. Similarly, star is a character. So space is also a character.
No, Danish, I'm not talking about the space. I'm talking about the ACP shape.
SCP SEP you are saying? Yeah, SEP
Uh-huh.
is a parameter.
That only we can use in the print function or any other function that I'm asking.
Oh, okay. No, that is specifically for print function, Praveen.
Okay, only specifically
Only for print function, yes.
Okay, I got it. Thank you.
Okay. So sorry, I was not able to it was not audible properly, so I misunderstood your question.
Okay, no worries.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, guys. So definition wise, you can say like this, okay, and you can explain the use as we saw what we just saw here, okay. Next thing is about input function. Okay, so let me remove these. Is this required? No. Let's take input as name. We want to take the input from the user. Okay, and then print this name. So input is also an inbuilt function, guys. Inbuilt function that is present by default. Like print. Print is also an inbuilt function. Why not sorry. Inbuilt function. Okay, we are taking input and we are printing it. That's it. What we are doing in this program. So if I run this, so this is the name of our file strings module.py, and you have to give some value here. You see the cursor is blinking at the last. I just clicked there on the last line, so you see the cursor is blinking there. So I'll just give there my name. Okay, and then it printed this. Okay, this is one form of input without giving anything inside. Okay, but this is not preferred way because it will be confusing. It will be a little bit confusion for the users where they need to give the input. Okay, better way what it is, you pass one string inside this input function and then ask the user enter the name. Okay, and this name is being assigned to this variable name and you are printing the same. Okay, this is a better form of input function. Enter the name, just you click there. Now you can print your name there. Why it is not printing? Why it is not allowing me to print or give the input? What happened?
You're not able to type, sir, basically.
Yeah, I'm not able to type. Let me run it again. That's what I'm trying to do. Okay, now see the cursor is blinking automatically at one place. You see this? Now I have not given my I have no, I have not clicked there. Okay, it is automatically blinking. I am just giving the value here. Okay, so this was like input function. It's better you always mention inside input function what input you want to get from the user. Okay, so once you get the input, if you see, so every function now, this is one concept which we will learn.
Sir, can we also perform operation inside a print function, like print a plus b,
Yes,
something like that, like what we
yes,
do in Java? Okay.
yes, we can. Yes, we'll see that also when we go. Let's finish this input function and then we'll come to print function. We have few more things to cover there. Then we'll see these expressions are also allowed. Okay. So, so these, as I mentioned, these are functions. Okay. Now functions may or may not return something. Okay. This return, when we will study about user defined function, guys, there we will see about this return thing in more details. Okay, right now, just note it down for your information that functions can return or cannot return anything. Okay, anything like in something like it's not something return values of some data type. Okay, if it is not returning anything, we will get none data type. This is also data type called none. Okay, this is just like null in Java, like a null value. Okay, and if it is returning something, we'll get some data type. We can either get string, float, integer, list, tuples, etc. Many other. Okay, so this input is also a function. Okay, and it is returning something. So that is why whatever it is returning, we are assigning it to this variable. Okay, now print is also a function. Okay, and suppose I'm also assigning this to one variable and I'm printing this. Okay, if I run both of them, it's asking to enter the name. So if you see the return type for input, it returned one value, the whatever we entered here, okay, and it printed it. Okay, but in case of print statement, if we see what is the value of output, guys, can you see here?
None.
None, right? So none indicates that print function. So from this output, we can infer that print statement is not print function is not returning anything. That is why it is none. Okay, but input function is returning something like we still don't know what is the data type of this. So how can we check it? We have a function called type.
Type.
Okay, type. This will tell us what is the data type. Okay, so what we need to do, we need to put this variable name inside this type function. So function will always have this bracket, okay, first bracket. See, input, for input also we put this bracket, we use these brackets, right? And for output or for print also we are using this bracket. So any function, they will have this, they will be in brackets, okay? Now let's save this and see. Enter the name. Okay, so what is the data type? What is the data type of this input? The value that is being returned by the input function. What is the data type of that, guys?
String.
String.
String. Okay, but since print is not returning anything, so we are getting a none data type.
None data type.
Okay, so in interview they ask you like what is the data type of the value that is being returned by the input function, it will always be a string. Okay.
Yes, yes. So
And
I have
what
one
is,
doubt.
yes,
Here output equal to instead of assigning during the runtime, we are directly printing output equal to print welcome everyone. So welcome everyone will be stored in the variable output, right? And when I'm printing output,
no, welcome everyone is so our print function, that's what I'm saying, is not returning anything, it is just printing it.
okay,
It is not returning anything, that is why we are getting a none here.
none here, right.
Danish is like a wide. Is
It's
it like a
like a,
wide? It's like a wide like a Java.
it's like how yes, you can say it void, or it is also, you know, data type also. You can say it as a null type, null value.
Okay.
So here print is
Because wide doesn't doesn't return anything, but it just gives us the output, right?
Yes. So see, it belongs to none type. This is also data type here, none type.
so basically when we are using one variable and assigning it to print, sir,
Yeah.
there in that scenario only print won't return any output.
Yes,
right?
because the print function is not returning anything. This is the
Okay.
default behavior in Python, how it is defined in Python.
But if I write output equal to in quotes welcome everyone, then it in my backend memory there will be a variable created, and then I'll be able to see the type of the output, right? Only in this case, print won't throw. I mean, print won't give me the return function. That is what is showing us none.
Correct. So the main point here to understand is like when we saw what you are saying, that if we give output as or some other variable as something here, okay? right? So this is just a literal, right? This is a string literal that we are assigning to this. But
Yeah, it
here
is
what
string
we are doing,
literal.
here we are assigning the return value of the function. Here we are calling a function, and then whatever is the return value, we are storing it in these variables.
Correct. But my question is basically in the first statement, name equal to input, enter the name,
Yeah.
right? So it is telling us like take the value from the user during runtime. It will take it and will it store it somewhere, sir? I mean,
Yeah,
in the
it is storing
memory,
it in name, this variable.
in the name, and then it is printing it. Now in the
Right.
second case, I am taking output, which is a variable. I'm asking to take the value from one function print. So print won't give us any result, as you said. So it
Yes.
is not storing any value also in the memory. That is what is throwing none, right?
Yes, correct.
So none, I don't think it will store it in the memory. If I'm correct, correct me if I'm wrong, sir.
None is going to, no, it is going to save in the memory.
Okay.
None is also a value here, right?
Okay. Okay. Okay.
And since we are using a variable to we are assigning a, so variable is pointing to none in the memory. Okay. How can we double confirm this? There is a function called id. Okay, that will give you the memory location. Let's see this. What memory location? Give you the memory location. This will vary from the output that we get from id. It will vary from each everyone's system. Okay, so let's see the id for this. ID for name, and let's see the ID for this.
It is giving the address, sir, basically.
Yes, address, correct. Let's run this. And we are having one extra bracket here. Let me close this. Okay. Enter the name. Okay. Now how they're computing this? This is out of that scope. Okay, but it is giving us the memory location. You see this?
It is storing the value of none
Yes.
in the memory. Okay.
Yes. Okay, so what we do? Yes, any doubt so far, guys? Anyone? Are we clear?
So good. So far, so good, Danish. Thanks.
Yeah.
So anyone from non-tech background, non-IT guys, don't be shy. Feel free to ask questions. Okay, please ask question. I want everyone to learn as much as possible. Okay, don't feel shy. If simple question, anything, feel free to ask. Fine. So now we will come to this variable names. Okay, what
Can you
variable?
explain the definition of literal actually? I mean, is it just a value or
It's just
is
a
there
value, and depending on the type, we call it string literal, integer literal, float literal, like that.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Now, what was I going to start? Yeah. Naming rules. Yes, naming rules for these variables. What name we can use? Okay. If I try to give the variable name as one digit and then one name. Okay. This is not allowed. But if we give name one, this is allowed. Okay. This error, why we are getting this? Guys, can you read out this error?
Name one should also be declared in the print function.
Right, in print function, we are using a variable called name, but this name is not defined. Why not defined? Because we are using the variable name as name one. So if you try to use any name that is not been defined previously in your program, and when you try to refer it later, you will get error. Oh, same error what we are getting right now. Okay.
Hmm.
You have to declare it before using it. Fine. So this is a valid name and a valid variable name like this. Okay. And if we give here underscore, we already saw name underscore, for example, first. This is also a valid name. But instead of underscore, if we use some other special characters like name star first, this is also not allowed. Okay, this kind of special characters like this. So we have some rules. I will just read out the rules here. Where is our bar? So these are the rules, guys. So you can I will share this file with you guys. Okay. So identifiers must contain at least one character. Okay, at least one character. And the first character must be alphabetic, upper or lower case, or the underscore. The first character, this is the root of the first character. Okay, it must be an alphabetic letter or the underscore. Okay, the remaining characters may be alphabetic or underscore or a digit. Okay, nothing outside this. Alphabetic, underscore, digit. Okay, no other characters including spaces are permitted in identifiers. So these are called like identifiers is the broad term. It include variable names, function names, class names, a lot of things are there. Okay, so right now we are talking about variables, so we will keep the scope till variable. Okay, but they variable also come under identifiers. Okay, and fourth, this is an important, a reserve word cannot be used as an identifier or a variable name. Okay, so let's see this in our program. So this underscore, is this a valid variable name if you give only underscore? Can you read out this and tell me from this document? Let me maximize this.
Yes, I think it is possible.
Is possible? Okay, because it is saying the first character must be either alphabetic or the underscore. Okay, so we are giving only underscore. The remaining characters in bracket, it is mentioned if any. If there is no, then it is fine. If it is present, then it should be between these three, alphabetic, underscore, or a digit. Okay. So this should work fine. Let me run this. Enter your name. So this worked fine, guys. Okay. So only underscore is a valid name of a variable. Okay. But is this name what do you call? Does this name make sense here? Underscore. So our variable name should be such that it should be self understandable, like anyone outside, also any new person also joining our project, by seeing the variable name, he should if he is having knowledge of the application, he should understand, okay, this is this. Okay, so we should give such names that should be
It is not identical. I mean, in short, I think it's not identical.
correct, it's not identical. Okay, so where do we use this underscore as variable name? Where we use it only where we have to use it only one time. Okay, like a temp where we are using it as a temp variable. or a variable with only a one-time usage. Okay, it's like no, it's not used later in the program. Those kind of places we can make use of this underscore as a variable name. Okay, so this was variable name, and next is including spaces. Like if we have something called like output check, we give an underscore. Okay, we don't give a space in between like this won't work. Okay, this will also give us error, invalid syntax. Okay, so these are self understandable, guys, so we'll not talk much on this. Let's come to this reserve words. Okay, we have some reserve words in Python, like this if else condition is there. So suppose if I give a variable name as if, okay, so this is a reserve keyword. There are many reserve keywords. We will see it in the upcoming classes. What are the reserve keywords? Okay, if you try to run this, it will not allow because, and if you see here, the color of reserve keyword is different, right? It's an orange color. Okay, so these kind of things we cannot give. Sorry, like if else is there, for loop is there. Okay, it's an
So
orange color.
data types, can it be called as reserved keywords?
Data types can be called as reserved keywords. Let's see, we give it as int. Okay, let's run this. Let's try to print this only int. Okay, let's see what is happening. Int is basically int is a class name. Okay,
Yeah. So just
int is
want to check.
class name, and it is working. It is giving us the output. Okay.
Okay. In SQL, actually, it is not possible.
Okay.
Like what Tanvir had taught us, like user-defined keywords and uh, basically predefined keywords. Predefined keywords cannot be used as a variable name, something like that.
Yes, correct. So we have some set of keywords, and we can see it via some there is some code for that. We'll see it, guys. Okay, so just now that there are some keywords, like in is also a keyword. Okay, in, so this also cannot be used if we do this invalid syntax. Okay, fine. So this was about input function, and right. So now, suppose I want to take one input, I'm taking it as name. Okay, and let's take another input as age. Let's not print it here. Keep it separate. And let's take height as another input here. Enter the okay, and then if we do this name age, is it sorry, I just closed my window, there's too much noise from outside. So if we print this name, if we print this edge, if we print this height, okay, let's print this. enter the name Sam, enter the age 27, enter the height 5.6. Okay, so if you see a print statement, each print statement is printing it in a new line. Okay, Sam is being printed in a new line, age is being printed on a new line, height is being printed on a new line. Okay, so similar to SEP, what we saw, we have another keyword called end. Okay, default value is a new line. Okay, and new line is denoted by \n. Okay, this is the default value. If we don't give any default value, if we don't give any value to end here, it is going to take this \n that indicates a new line. Okay, but now suppose I want to give some value to this end. I don't want to print it in a new line. Okay, what I want to do, I want to, instead of new line, I want to print 3 star or 3 hash. Okay,
Sir, can I give the default value as a space also? End equal to
yes, you
space.
can. Yes, you can give a default value space also. Just give a space. Since this is the last variable name, I am not giving any any end here. Okay, so let's run this. Enter the name Sam, age 3, height 4.5. So instead of printing a new line, what are we getting, guys? We are getting it all in the same line with a space. So these two keywords you need to remember. Okay, end and sep.
Danish, shape, end is only limited for print function.
Yes, correct. Only
Like
limited to
SEP.
print.
Okay, okay, fine.
Both SEP and end are only used for print function, right, sir?
Correct. Only used for print function. Fine. Now coming back to this. Okay. Now let's
Can
see.
we print only character at an index? Is it possible, sir?
Can we print only?
One character, let's say I'm taking an input function for a variable. I want to again take that output and print again another statement like character at an index.
So are you talking about taking having a single character in the string?
Let's say name equal to Sam.
Hmm.
I have given it in the runtime, right? I
Yeah.
only want to pick up the second character A from the output
Okay.
again.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that we will see when we'll cover about this more details about string indexing. Okay, that then we will see that how we can print individual characters as well.
Sure, sir.
Okay. Okay. So these were inputs. Now we'll see how to convert one data type into another. Okay. So here edge. Let's forget about this thing. I'm just commenting it out. Here we will just mention a equals to 10.23. Okay, and let's convert this to a string value. Okay, we use this class name str and we give the variable name. Okay, and then print this. So it is printing the same output, but if we see the type here, the type will be different. The type here. You see the types, guys, it got changed. First one was a float, it converted to a string. Okay, we can convert this to an integer as well. Okay, so we saw that this is getting converted, and the value for integer will be like if you print this a underscore int. Run this again. The value is 10. Okay, it automatically it removes this value dot 23. So is this clear, guys? How we have converted a float value to a string and an integer.
Sir, I want to know the order of conversion. Like higher data type can be converted to lower one, but converse is not true, right? I
So
cannot convert.
here we will not take it as higher to or lower. So suppose here this integer is this is an integer value, right? A underscore int. Okay, I want to convert back to a float. Okay, so let's do it in print statement only. We'll just use this float and the name of the variable a underscore int. Okay, let's try to run this. So you see the value what we are getting now from 10 to.
I read somewhere like there's an order of precedence we need to follow. I'm not sure if it is only for SQL. Like only higher data types can be converted to lower ones.
That is applicable for Java as well, I think. But in Python, like if you see between the string, integer, float,
We can convert it.
yeah, it will be converted. Only exception here is, for example, if we have a string, okay, we have a string here. This string value you cannot convert to integer value or float value. Okay. This one. Okay.
Yeah,
So
we're not able to convert.
we will not be able to convert to string. We cannot be. So if this string is having numeric values inside, then it will be able to convert.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
If it is having numeric values inside code, then it will be converting it because it is able to understand, yeah, this is a numeric value. Okay, but if we give some characters, if there's any characters with this, then there is going to be a problem. It won't be able to convert.
Got it, sir.
Okay,
I mean,
so
it still remains the true statement, like conversion from one data type, I mean higher data type to lower data type, only if the data types are same. I mean,
yes,
the
in
values
Python,
remain same.
yes,
Yeah.
but that is not applicable for Python. Okay, that is
In some
might be
cases, in some cases it is applicable. In some cases, it is not.
correct.
Yeah.
Okay, so this was converting one data type to another. This is fine. What else do we have? So, guys, any doubt? Like from the beginning, we have covered many things today. I hope you are clear with all the topics that has been taught till now.
Yes, Danish.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir, one more thing.
Yeah.
If I want to swap two strings,
Yeah.
I cannot use that a plus b, a minus b, that thing, right?
No, because A
It's
plus
already
B,
a
yeah, plus will be concatenating the two strings, but minus that operator is not applicable for string variables. You will get an error there.
Mhm.
Okay, we will
Yes.
see now about the basic arithmetic operators. But before that, let me show you some versions of print statement here. Print. Now there are some special characters, okay, inside special. Before moving to arithmetic operators, let's see this, okay. Mm, So let's suppose in my print statement, let's have this output as my name is, and then we are denoting, giving one special character, okay, /n. Okay, if I print this one,
New
you see,
line command.
yeah, if you see the output here, okay, we are doing converting something here, it's giving us error. Okay, so if you see this, this \n is not taking it as a normal character. Okay, whenever we give a backslash and a character after it, okay, if it has got some special meaning, okay, like in this \n stands for new line, so we are seeing this, whatever we are giving after \n, that is getting printed in a new line. Okay, similar to \n, we have something called \t. This is just for a tab in your keyword, in your keyboard you have a tab key, so it will give some like even if it is close to this, you will see some space in between. It's like a tab, what when we give a tab in our keyboard, so this has got some special meaning. Okay, now suppose I give something which has got, which is a normal, which is not having any special meaning. So when we run this, it will take it as a printing as a normal string only. Okay, but when it has got some special like empty, it is going to display the
Sir,
same in the output.
tab will give how many space, sir? One or two?
No, it depends on your keyboard to keyboard. Okay, your system. Okay, if I give a tab here, it is taking this much space. You see from the beginning, 4, 5 spaces like that. Okay. So
Sorry, I lost. I lost the internet connection. So sorry. Can you just
oh yeah.
explain?
So yeah,
Tab will give one space or two space.
no, it depends on keyboard to key, system to system. Okay, for me, I think it is coming to here, like it is taking around how many characters, 4 spaces it is giving to me. Okay.
Okay. So
It
basically,
will vary.
my name is 4 space, then Danish, sir.
Yes, if I give a tab here, and if we do this, this much space it is showing.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. There are some more things here, but fine, guys. I think we are good for today's class. Okay. we'll continue. We'll see the other topics in our next class. Okay. So any doubt, anyone, guys? Any questions? Feel free to ask now. We have 4-5 minutes left.
So regarding the JVM, how it is happening, I mean the conversion and all,
Yes, I will cover it that in the next class. Okay.
next class, okay.
Yeah.
Next class is on next weekend, sir, Saturday.
Yes, next week on Saturday.
Okay. Any assignment for today? I mean, or just do we need to revise the session?
Yes, I will share the assignment with you guys. I will share the assignment with you guys. Like I need your email IDs because rather than sending in WhatsApp, I will create one folder in Google Drive and I will add your email IDs there so you can access the assignment directly from there. And also this program, what we have written now, this files, this also I'm going to convert this to text files and I'm going to share it, keep it there in the shared folder.
Yeah, we'll ping it on the chat, sir. Yeah.
No, don't ping it here because ping it in that group, guys. Okay, in the WhatsApp group.
Sure, sir.
Okay. Can you add a small project of OpenCV? OpenCV. What is the use of this OpenCV? We'll see, guys. What what OpenCV? I think I've heard somewhere. We'll look into that. Okay. Any other question, guys?
Sir, is there any way like we can, show a resume in Python version? I mean, I've seen like one of the, superb resume, which was written in Python.
A resume in Python.
Yes, sir. I mean, the coding kind of thing. It's a kind of coding thing. Resume is being opened by using Python code. So he's
Resume
written.
is being opened by Python code.
Yeah. The file is present somewhere. It is extracting the file by running some code.
What is the format of that file? Resume is in which format?
If I
It
remember,
depends on that.
I saw a post in LinkedIn actually where they have created some small source code, and by using that code, it is fetching the resume of that person.
Okay, we'll see that. Like depends on the what format of the file they are using, because some formats are easy to some format. Hey, sorry guys, I just got dropped. Reconnected, I think. So we'll look into that. Aditya, okay, if it is.
Yeah, sure.
Danish,
Yes.
I mean, I'm just I want request. Can you please cover Google Colab also? So we don't know about how to use that. So we'll get some familiar on that also.
Google Colab, that I have also not used Google Colab. I generally use my system and PyCharm and these things.
Yeah. Because nowadays, recruiters are asking about the Google Colab and all. So we don't have idea such kind of.
Google Colab. Okay, let me see if I can. I will try to create one account there in Google Colab.
Yeah, just one or two session is fine for us. So from there we can take it forward.
Okay. Yes, we can look into that as we move into the course. But
I know about Google Colab. I'll guide you. You can contact me.
okay, then that would be good. Praveen, you can contact Aditya, because for like starters, I think it's better to do it here and like learn from here. Okay, but you are free to use the things also. No issues. Fine, guys. Any other question, doubt, guys? Or we are good to close the session?
Fine, Danish.
Okay, and also you need to you need to share your email IDs, and also since these videos will be uploaded in YouTube, okay, So make sure the email IDs which you give that is linked to your YouTube account. Okay, otherwise videos will not be visible to you. Fine then, thank you guys. Thank you for attending this class and enrolling in this course. Okay, have a nice week ahead. Bye everyone.